Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Real to Us, the wrestling show. Today is March 2nd, the day after the Elimination Chamber. Oh, my God. John Cena just went full Anakin Skywalker and turned to the dark side. He aligned himself with The Rock. We are going to give you our immediate takeaways and talk about everything else that happened on the Elimination card. I am Anthony the Mark.
I am Tony the Father.
I'm Tiny Mike.
And I will just open this up for a group discussion. What were your reactions to seeing arguably the greatest babyface of all time turn heel last night?
I saw your reactions on your socials. You were devastated.
I was heartbroken. I looked as if I was. I saw somebody get murdered.
Yeah, I think a child died deep inside you.
My eyes had like a 1,000-yard stare. I was like, no.
I hate it, but I'm a fan of it. So it's like a tricky. You respect the art of it. I went into the match. I wanted one of two outcomes, and I think Cena becoming this corporate entity for The Rock can be a whole lot of fun for Mania season. And like, yeah, it sucks that John Boy is now the bad guy, but it's also great.
It's so great.
Is there going to be a new Fast and Furious? Like, is that where we're going?
You love your Fast and Furious wrestling pitches. I remember last year you pitched Vin Diesel showing up at WrestleMania.
One of these days.
It's going to happen.
But no, I think it's a great move, and I think it's going to be an awesome piece of work they could do for Mania. That's the thing. Mania's been lacking. Everyone's saying like the build-up's been weak. Here you go. This is what we've needed to make it feel like WrestleMania. So I'm all for it, but it is goddamn heartbreaking.
Tony, you got a thought?
You know how many kids right now are crying? You know how many people in the United States, the military, everybody? This guy was the biggest face in the company for the last 25 years. So for this to happen, this is a major, major event right now. And I think just by looking at the fans in the crowd last night, you could see pretty much the rest of the world's reaction. Stunned. You didn't have cheering, you didn't have booing, you had... So I think it's going to be great going forward. As Tiny just mentioned, lackluster a little bit with WrestleMania. Now we got something to talk about to sink our teeth into.
You think... how many kids do you think are going to school on Monday just devastated?
Oh my God.
So
many
kids
people.
have John Cena lunchboxes.
No, forget the kids. You know how many middle-aged adults
Oh,
are waking
everybody.
up? I woke up today and I just felt horrible. I felt like somebody broke up with me last night.
I got texts from friends of mine who haven't watched wrestling in forever.
It was
and they're like,
horrible.
how is this possible?
And a lot of the immediate takeaways online is the comparison between Hulk Hogan turning heel, because you look, Hogan was the biggest babyface of all time. Nobody thought he would turn heel. Now John Cena turns heel. Tony, as somebody who's seen and lived through both, can you confidently say one is a better heel turn than the other?
They both were shocking moments, but I got to give this Cena turn the edge. This is the man's farewell tour. He's been pure. He's been gold. He's been the golden child for
20 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have this. He kicks Cody Rhodes in the balls, and he basically aligns himself with the corporate Rock. I don't know. I just don't see. This is, to me, is the biggest shock that you could have thought about or happened in wrestling, how it went down. Even if you suspected it, you thought about it, to see it. It's unbelievable. So I make this the biggest heel turn in the history of WWE.
It's definitely shocking, but when you look at everything after the fact, the press conference after the Royal Rumble where Cena was talking about what's best for business, the idea of Cena doing whatever it takes to become a 17-time champion, it's a story that we can all understand. We might not agree with Cena's decision, but we know that he's doing what he thinks is best for business, as evil as that may be. So absolute heartbreak. And maybe we can talk about now the story going forward with Cody Rhodes and John Cena, just off the top of either one of your heads.
Well,
who are you guys rooting for?
The story's been in front of us. It's been in front of our eyes the whole time. Like you said with like the press conference, it's been right there. And I hate Cody Rhodes. Sorry, not a big Cody guy, but now I am because he's got the corporate machine against him.
Yeah,
everybody hates the
so
corporate
you're
machine.
back on Cody.
You're
going on Cody. So you're rooting for Cody against
yeah,
Cena?
absolutely.
Wow.
But before I get too far, I want to bring this up. Did you see the picture going around on Twitter? The NWO with Cena.
The NWO with Cena and Bray Wyatt?
No, well, there's that too, but like it's NW and then the O is the bald spot on Cena's head.
Oh my God, that's so
like the
funny.
If you can just like put that right here in post. I don't know if we're putting in stuff, but if you can,
He's got to get a little that hairspray going on.
Yeah,
that,
like just dark it out.
Go get it. Go
No,
get it.
the bald spot
Go to the
works as a
hardware
heel.
store.
It works as a heel.
It might work.
Go to the
works.
hardware store
like,
and get
he's
a brown
doing
can
too
of
much.
paint.
Every match, it's just
His hair
this is
looks,
all he does.
yeah, but his hair looks great.
He's like
in the front. Then
he's
he
like
turns
Zane
that head,
Gonzalez,
he's
the
got
kicker
that-
for the Washington Commanders. He just comes out and he's continually fixing his hair. But let's get back on track. All right, Tiny. So official prediction: Cody Rhodes, John Cena.
I think Cody's winning. I think Cena isn't bringing out the golden shovel. I think he's doing a story.
All right,
It's working us.
Tony.
I got a take on this. What's going to happen is everybody doesn't really like, or everybody's upset about Cena turning heel right now. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen, and this is brilliant. Cena at WrestleMania is going to be the boy. He's Rock's guy. This, that, and the other thing. The match is going down, and something in Cena's head is going to click. The goodness, the pureness. He's going to see all the hatred, all the people he's let down. It's going to rise up, and he's going to turn on The Rock. During that match, something's going to happen where he's going to hit The Rock. He's going to realize he made a mistake, and he's going to turn again. And what's going to happen is Cena's going to lose this match because he turned on The Rock. He's going to embrace Cody, and it's going to set up the mega match that I want to see. Cody versus Rock at SummerSlam.
You know what this is? This is Darth Vader turning on Emperor Palpatine for Luke Skywalker.
That's a great point.
Could
Yeah.
be.
You have Cena as Darth Vader, and then The Rock is Palpatine, who gets thrown down
and
a
Cody
shaft.
is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's perfect.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is Cena's going to realize he let down the world.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to live with himself, and he's going to turn on The Rock during the match. Rock is going to be close to the match, involved somehow, or Rock does something in the match that sets Cena up to win, and then Cena just right there has the revelation. He turns around, he smacks Rock in the face, he gets into it at Rock, Cody comes back, wins the match, and that's it. It sets up Cena Rock at SummerSlam. I think that's what I want to see.
Cena
That
has
would be
the-
incredible.
Cena has the metaphorical blood on his hands, and he's looking at it, and he's like, who have I become? What am I? This is no hustle. This is no loyalty. This is no respect.
So you guys both have Cody Rhodes winning. My knee-jerk reaction is that John Cena becomes a 17-time champion as a heel. And for this reason, this guy, you guys both mentioned it, the poster child of WWE, the greatest babyface in the company. How sweet would it be if John Cena gets everything he's wanted, the 17th championship, by aligning himself with The Rock? He's only going to be around for another handful of months. We can only experience a heel Cena one time. Don't you want to see what that looks like as champion?
No, you know what?
No, hold on. Let me finish. Who else is going to challenge Cody Rhodes after John Cena? You can't get bigger than that.
Let me tell you something, though. You said we're only going to see heel Cena once. We saw the heel Cena. It is the once. Do you think that John Cena is going to go on his retirement tour and carry it out till the end as a heel?
Maybe not the end,
No
but 5
way.
months.
No,
Could be 5 months.
Wait, it's not going to be 5
be
months.
fair-
You know how long it's going to be? It's going to be till WrestleMania, and then that heel thing is going to go away.
That's 2 months.
So what? It's not 5 months, and he's not going to win a title as a heel. If they put that belt on John Cena and make him the all-time record for the titles, you think it's going to be as a heel? No
be.
way.
It could
no
be.
way. I
It's-
disagree.
It's a
I
swerve.
disagree.
It's a swerve nobody would be looking
Can't
for.
swerve. I can't drive. I don't care. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is what I just said. He's going to turn again, go back to the good guy, be the face of the company, save the world, and set up that mega feud with Rock going forward. And then after that's over, we'll talk about putting a title on the good guy and let him ride out into the sunset as the good guy. That's what I want to see.
I don't buy into winning 17 as a heel. He could do the angle, but it's if we're keeping it as a firm, like at the end of the year, and he also has his own pay-per-view at the end of the year.
Well, he doesn't have to be a heel the entire year, but you have 10 months, let's say, of John Cena. Why can't the first 5 be a heel? And it's his deceitful trip down the dark side, and then the following 5 months is his redemption arc on his way out.
Because you got to like get people to buy back in. I feel like that's going to take more time than.
It's John Cena, dude. You play his music, and it's going to be great.
The longer this goes, you said if this is going to carry out for 5 months, maybe right now people in a month or so will still be upset, but they'll give him a break if he understood. But if this goes 5 months, you're going to have a lot of people, hey, I don't care if you come back as a face now. You're a jerk off. Look what you did. So I don't think it's going to carry that long. It doesn't make sense. Like if he was wrestling again next year or the year after, yeah, maybe we'd carry it out forever. But this is his farewell tour. Do you really think he's going to go out on his farewell tour getting booed at the end? I don't.
I want to circle back to the moment itself, because there's a couple spots during the whole interaction that I thought are pretty noteworthy. One is when Cody Rhodes says, "Go F yourself." Why is John Cena in the background like, yeah, you tell him, buddy? Like, is that because he realized, oh shit, now I get it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Cena's like, I get the golden goose.
Yeah.
We all
along.
Yeah, we all thought that was Cena just being the good guy. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, John's behind Cody Rhodes, but in reality now, it's John being like, oh yeah, baby, I get my own private jet out of here.
Now, Father, thoughts on her? Wait, do you know who Travis Scott is?
Travis Scott, yeah, he's the rapper. I know who he is. He was there last night.
What are your thoughts of him in this
you know
corporate?
What? He's kind of a bad boy rapper, so he sold his soul to The Rock too. I get it. I get it. You might see another celebrity or another wrestler next time show up in Rock's corner. Maybe Roman Reigns sold his soul. Who the hell knows? But what I'm saying is, I don't mind that. Rock's building an entourage. You could see it. So he's got Travis Scott.
Scott's in his
He's got
entourage.
John Cena. He's got The Rock. And I bet you there's going to be at least one, if
Let's
not
get Ric
two
Flair
other
back.
people in. Maybe Ric Flair being in his corner.
No.
No
Who
Ric
knows?
Flair?
No Ric Flair.
Ric Flair would be money.
No, he would not be money.
It's an
You know what?
evolution.
If Rock is building an entourage, rebuilding a little army, I doubt it's just Cena and Travis Scott.
Honestly, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it might be,
It
but
works.
I got a
Imagine
feeling
Drew
it's going to be
aligns with him,
somebody
though,
else.
and you have Drew, John Cena,
I
and The Rock.
would not.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's in the
If you get
Canadian
one more star, one more wrestler, or one more big name in that faction to make it 4, that would make it a little more impressive. So I'm going to leave the door open for someone else coming in.
You know who?
For Joe Hendry?
No.
Who?
Vin Diesel.
Oh, Vin Diesel shows up. He's the fourth man. It's Vin Diesel. No, hold on, wait. I want to
Family.
talk about my favorite moment actually from the heel turn. It was John Cena's face when he was looking at The Rock, and all of us knew at that moment
He sold out.
the impossible was possible. John Cena sold out. I went to bed last night and I dreamed about that moment. I don't think I will ever forget that image.
He sold his soul.
That's something. When I woke up, I was like, "We got to do this for the set. We just got to get a picture of that face
Yes.
and put it somewhere on here."
Logan, goodbye. We're gonna get the
I would
John
say-
Cena heel turn.
I
fix.
I bet
Or
you
the
they got
Lucha Man.
T-shirts. They're making some merchandise this morning with that
absolutely.
face.
Also, big takeaway. It's cool that The Rock's bad blood appearance meant something. So when The Rock showed up, he went 1, 2, 3, and he did like that, and everybody was like, "What does that mean? Is he targeting Roman Reigns? Is he targeting Cody Rhodes?" Nope, he had a ace up his sleeve, and it was John Cena, and he told us. We knew it. We knew it. We knew it, and we just didn't want to believe it.
However, last night he did he slit the thumb and he did it too.
Yeah, but
But bad blood.
yeah, at least bad blood makes sense. You know what I mean? At least like the Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Hell in a Cell match wasn't booted from the main event for no reason.
I do want to go again back to the moment itself. I like Cody Rhodes saying "Go F yourself" was great, but am I the only one to think it was a little lackluster?
No, it was. I was like, yeah.
Well, no, that was great, but it was just like, yeah, I gave my soul to the ring and these fans, go F yourself. Like, I wish there was a little bit more build into it.
Because it was obvious that Cody was never going to turn. Everybody knew
What do you
it.
mean? It was
Well,
obvious.
you know,
He got
look, I
a
don't
jet,
think-
he got a car, he got sushi.
I don't
Yeah.
think it was obvious. I think Cody was thinking about it, but everyone thought that he would never do it, and he did. He did the right thing at the end of the day. He's going to stay the face of the company for the fans, not for Rock, not for himself, for the fans, for the company, for everything else. So, what about this little twist? We were talking about like The Rock putting some more people in there. Is it possible a guy like Solo?
No.
And wait a minute, hear me out. Hear me out.
Stay
Hear me
away.
out. Because what are we doing with Roman Reigns? Is it possible
So-
Roman Reigns goes to Cody's corner
Well, like,
No.
if you,
and helps
so
Cody
I
Rhodes?
disagree. I saw a thing on Twitter. I'm like, who's stopping Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teaming up against Cena and Rock?
I think
sounds sick
Roman's
to
got
me.
his issues with Seth Rollins that need to come to a head, and it's possible CM Punk too.
Well, after last night, what I see, Seth Rollins cost CM Punk that match. We all saw that.
Yep.
So, is it possible we're going to see Seth and Punk in Mania? And Roman right now has enough story. So, I'm just throwing it out there as a long shot. I could see something with an alliance with Roman and Cody if The Rock gets his team a little deeper with more wrestlers.
Okay.
I agree. I think we could see. I think there's a chance you see Roman go to Cody because,
Well,
like, hey,
hold on, wait a minute. Sorry to cut you off, but before we dive into Roman and maybe everybody else at the Elimination Chamber, can we just talk about what the idea of Cena as a heel might actually look like? So, does he have new music? Does he have new attire?
Oh yeah, he's got.
Like, got to. He's got to.
His song is iconic. You're just going to drop it on a dime?
No. Anakin goes to the dark side, becomes Darth Vader. You have to have a whole character change, I feel.
Yeah.
A look, music, gear.
No more Make-A-Wish.
Merchandise, yeah.
Take it away.
Whatever. He's going to go to... How do you go to the dark
This
side?
poor kid had a Make-A-Wish appointment with John Cena for 2 months. He just saw him turn heel.
Yeah.
Burst into flames.
He goes to the dark side. He does
Horrible.
everything. He becomes bad. You know, so
Yeah,
I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see a Cena becoming bad for a while, up till WrestleMania, and then we're going to see what happens going forward. But I absolutely see it. He's got to go to that dark side. He's got to change the character, the look, the attitude, the talking. Yep. Everything has got to switch now. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be kind of cool.
Cena does have a song called "Bad, Bad, Bad," and the music video is it's him being a bad guy, and it's like a mock of the A-Team. It's kind of sick.
Well, is it possible that Travis Scott is going to come out with new music for John Cena?
Oh my God!
You kind of gotta give Travis.
We got Travis in the corner already.
Wow.
And you know, Travis
Travis
can get some nasty lyrics.
That's great.
So that's how I see it. But
the
I
book
still
of the
think
show
there's going to
right
be
there.
one more piece to that puzzle in that Rock's corner. I really do.
I really don't. I think like just because from like an icon point of view, who does WWE have in the chamber that's on the level of Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott? Those are three global superstars. I think you're better off with them.
They need a workhorse.
Yeah. What about
They need a Drew McIntyre.
No, but that's the whole thing about being corporate. It's like, yeah, we're not working. Sorry.
Hold on, wait. To get back to the point of what Cena might look like as a heel, I remember during a Chris Van Vliet interview, Cena said that he had a whole heel theme song ready to go.
Yeah.
He had a whole look ready to go. So I wouldn't be shocked if as soon as Monday Night Raw, tomorrow, we're recording this the Sunday before, we see Cena as a heel.
So Cena's actually back in Africa filming a show.
Never mind.
He's not going to be on for, I think, like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
which is detrimental because it's like strike while the iron's
You
hot.
got to capitalize.
Well,
on
I
that
mean, like if
momentum.
you have The Rock on, that could help, but I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you will hear from Cody on Friday.
I don't think we're going to see Cena, but I think we could see Cena in a promo backstage where he is on set giving an interview. That I think is
Coming off a private jet with The Rock.
whatever. That's what I'm hoping to see because, if, like you just said, Tiny, if it goes dark without seeing him, that kind of like, you know, I want a little bit of taste of what's going to happen, but I don't have to see him in person in the ring. But I want something.
But that also is why I kind of think this heel turn isn't going to last too long, just because
I agree.
he's only got so many days.
Well, you might be right, but to turn him heel at the Elimination Chamber and to turn him face at WrestleMania is just too quick of a turnaround, in my opinion. You have 2 months. That's not even enough to get the wheels off of the ground, so to speak. If he's not going to
The wheels are off the crown. You see what he did to Cody.
No,
Like,
yes, but you hear what we're talking about. Is he going to have a new look? Is he going to have a new music? He's not going to be on Raw or WWE TV for 2 weeks, so you're already losing some heel Cena time. I just know it's too quick of a turn. It's one pay-per-view he's a heel, one pay-per-view he's a face. This is one of the biggest moments in professional wrestling. It needs to echo for a while.
Well, see, the thing is, he's scheduled right now the 17th, the 24th, and the 31st. That's all Monday Night Raws that he's going to appear because they're filming overseas now. The WWE is going to be 3 weeks, 4 weeks overseas. So you're going to see Cena overseas on Raw. That's what I heard the deal was.
Wow.
So I think we're going to be seeing him, but just not for a couple weeks. So we're going to see what goes. You know, we're going to see what happens with this.
Yes, but my
forward.
point is, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, the back-to-back pay-per-views. You can't just flip them like that. What is he going to be, the Big Show? It's like we've been waiting so long for Cena to be a heel. He finally does it, and then the next pay-per-view he's a face again.
It's all for like the story they're telling today, and that's John Cena becoming the corporate guy. It's John Cena being Darth Vader for now to turn back and go to the good side.
Darth Vader blew up Alderaan.
You know what? He blew up Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
it's
but
the same thing.
We're not going to be able to blow up Alderaan in 6 weeks. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's already blown up.
All right.
But to the point he made, he's going to have that revelation at WrestleMania. I think that's going to be your WrestleMania moment. And then you're going to have Rock in the corner being like, do it. And then he goes against The Rock. And then Cody gets the win. And then I'd love to see a Rock Cena program going forward. Like Father mentioned, like at SummerSlam would be perfect. It's the first 2-day SummerSlam this year.
Yeah.
No better way to get a main event like that.
And what a
Thrice
way
in a lifetime.
And what a way to go from the face of the company to the heel of the company back to the face of the company if you're fighting corporate Rock.
He takes out what he did.
You forgot.
Destroy.
It's all okay. I don't care no more.
And then you get the title rolling.
That's right. That's how I think they should book it. But maybe they're going to put the belt on Cena at Mania. Maybe they do want to do, as the Mark said, carry it forward for 5 months. So I think we got 2 stories that are going to come out of it, and one of them are going to happen. Is he going to get the belt? Is he going to hold it after WrestleMania? Or does he wake up at WrestleMania and go back to being the Cena that we all know and love?
There's one thing that if Cena does keep the heel persona going past Mania that I would kill for is a heel Cena and face Punk.
Wow, yeah.
That'd be great.
Fucking beautiful.
Also, Randy Orton's a face right now, too. A face Orton and a heel Cena. There's a lot of different dynamics that you could run with Cena's old rivals. So you've heard from all of us, our reactions, our perspectives, what we'd like to see going forward. I'm curious about what you want to see. Comment below what your reaction was to John Cena turning heel and who you think is going to win at WrestleMania, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and if you think John Cena will be turning face anytime soon or if he's going to be a heel for a while. We want to hear all about it. Also, make sure you're following us on X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, at It's Real to Us. Gentlemen, is it time that we talk about the rest of the Elimination Chamber card?
Let's get talking about the men's and women's chamber.
We can start with Seth Rollins costing CM Punk against John Cena. Also, another indication that Cena was going to turn heel is the fact that Seth stomped Punk, and then Cena immediately went into the STFU. So that's another little red herring looking back on the fact. But does Seth Rollins, CM Punk end up rekindling their rivalry?
Well, as we've as I've put out there in prior videos, I'm not a big fan of the Elimination Chamber stipulation. And newsflash, wasn't a fan of this one. I think just again we're not using the chamber. I know you asked about like what we're going with Seth and CM Punk, but I just want to get my voice out there about this match because I was not disgusted by it, but it's just it feels very Vince McMahon Hell in a Cell-esque, where it's like, okay, we have the cage, we're not going to use it though. We're not going to make it the picture of the story. Yes, I think what's the rumor, Ben? Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns at Mania? Yeah, so I think like that could be a lot of fun. However, the way they went about it was literally what they did last year with Logan Paul. Logan Paul was the third guy eliminated, took the brass knuckles, knocked out the guy, and I think Drew McIntyre wins the chamber that way. Seth Rollins was third guy eliminated, stomped, eliminated CM Punk because of that. So I wasn't a fan of the booking. However, and also I think CM Punk quarterbacked the shit out of this match.
CM Punk was great in the match.
It was fantastic work by him because I'm like watching this match. I'm like, this sucks. And once he gets involved, it got to a whole nother level.
I think sucks is a strong word. I loved the match, and I especially loved a lot of the stories that were told throughout. You have Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. Their feud is honestly, in my opinion, getting hotter and hotter with each passing day. No. Damian has had Drew McIntyre's number. He pinned him for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he pinned him when McIntyre cashed in at Money in the Bank. Then he pins him again inside the Elimination Chamber. Drew McIntyre can't beat Damian Priest, so that in and of itself is a story I'm excited for, and it was made better by this match. Then you talk about CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. I personally would rather see Roman or Seth be one-on-one. What do you think, Father?
Well, now I'm sitting here thinking about it because we're talking about going forward, too. So now we know Seth Rollins cost CM Punk the match. So those two hate each other. We know Seth Rollins took Roman Reigns out. They hate each other. We know Roman and CM Punk aren't really buds. So it makes perfect sense the three of them are going to fight in a triple threat match at Mania.
Yeah,
okay?
Don't forget CM Punk eliminated both of them at the Rumble.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of meat on the bones there to have that match. So now I'm just thinking a little further down the road. I know before I just said the Cena Rock at SummerSlam. What if we have a title change and John Cena is the champ? Maybe the winner of the triple threat will be John Cena's next opponent. Maybe that. Because you got, technically, Rollins, Reigns, Punk are all faces now. Yeah, Corporate Cena is a villain. So if he does beat Cody Rhodes, this sets up another mega match going forward. The winner of that versus Cena. So there's a lot of twists and a lot of ways they can go with this, but I'm not a fan of three of the biggest stars in WWE having one match on WrestleMania weekend. I would much rather see Seth versus Roman, CM Punk versus another opponent, or Punk versus Seth, Roman versus another opponent, because you need matches, and I like to see more wrestling like that. But it looks like the three of them are going to fight at WrestleMania.
See, let me twist that a little bit because I agree, but I also disagree. I think the way they should have booked this Elimination Chamber match is you have CM Punk win. And then it's like, okay, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, we've seen it. Like, he gave the line about, like, I'm going to stab you in the chest, I'm going to do it to you. And that gives more reason for John Cena to flick the switch and be like, I got to turn because how am I getting on the card? And then that way, you're getting Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, John Cena, which also, John Cena's, 46 now? He's not the best worker in the world. That lets him go into WrestleMania, main eventing with two dogs of performers, and get all that meat in there with the whole rock shtick. I also agree that I don't want CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins doing a triple threat. I'd much rather it be Seth and Roman. That's where the meat of the story is at.
I agree 1,000% with what Tiny just said. That's what I wanted to see. I was kind of floored that CM Punk wasn't in John Cena's shoes. I thought that was the story going forward with Punk selling his soul and then him fighting Cody. I'm not a big fan of the triple threat with three of my biggest stars. I don't want to see it.
Well, the interesting thing, and I alluded to this a couple of times before the Elimination Chamber, CM Punk has that favor from Paul Heyman, and that is going to factor into whatever he's doing at WrestleMania. Does that mean Punk is injected into the Seth Rollins-Roman Reigns feud because of that favor? Feels like a weak use of a favor, in my opinion. Or do we get a triple threat of some kind? Does CM Punk find himself in the World Heavyweight Championship match against Gunther and Jey Uso? No. Or maybe the WWE Championship match? He still finds a way in? I don't know. No, CM Punk is the most interesting person to watch going into WrestleMania because he could be fighting anybody. What about Logan Paul? Does CM Punk fight Logan Paul? Because Logan Paul is the only guy coming out of this match that we don't really have a definitive...
Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
You think he's going to really...
Kevin.
He's going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial?
I don't know. That's what Kevin said. I don't see that. Maybe there you go. That's the other guy we inject. Maybe it's a Logan Paul, CM Punk, and Seth and Roman. You know, because what are you doing with Logan Paul right now at WrestleMania?
No, but I feel like CM Punk doesn't deserve Logan Paul's great and everything, but it shouldn't be CM Punk's job.
CM Punk should be in the main event. I'm sorry.
I agree.
He wanted the highlight.
I was talking to him over coffee this morning. CM Punk, in my opinion, is hands down the best wrestler of the last 3, 4, 5 months.
Yeah,
there is not a single match he puts on that doesn't catch me or makes me.
I'm not a CM Punk guy. Everybody knows that. I'm not his biggest fan. I never liked the guy. But I got to call it like it is. The last 3, 4 months, like Tiny said, the guy's promos, the guy's wrestling, his matches, right up there with everybody. So, you know, it'd be a big waste to put three of your stars, Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, in a triple threat when all three of them could headline WrestleMania.
It feels very Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest to me, where it's like, all right, these are our guys on the show. Let's get them on the card.
It is a little puzzling to see what's going to happen with Logan, what's going to happen with Punk, if Rollins and Reigns will fight one-on-one or in a triple threat match. But that's the beautiful part about the road to WrestleMania is we're going to see all of these puzzle pieces come together. So
wacky turns.
For now, let's move on and let's go in reverse order of the card. So the next match was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. And oh my God, was this match incredible. These two friends, enemies, frenemies, they kick the crap out of each other. This may be maybe this is a little too knee-jerk reaction. I think this is possibly the best Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match I've ever seen.
I thought this was an incredible match. You remind me of the celebrity death match. I thought they were going to wrestle till one guy died. They both wanted to kill each other. It didn't matter what they were doing. Did you see the chair?
Yeah, the barbed wire chair.
Mangled? You know when a guy gets hit with a chair, it's never dented and mangled like that. These guys they did everything they possibly could to win, and they didn't care if they hurt the other guy to what extent. So this match to me was outstanding, and I loved watching it.
Oh, people are gonna hate me.
I'm gonna hate you for
I'm gonna hate you too.
Yeah.
Now, disclaimer: I did watch the match around like 4 or 5 in the morning. I told myself once the match concluded, I want to rewatch this match. So this is a loose opinion. The bar was here for me on the match. The bar was here. And I think that's a fair thing to say.
High expectations.
Bar was high. It was high coming in.
Yeah.
I agree.
And go ahead.
It was
Let's get your take.
beyond high expectations on my end. Beyond high. I'm talking, I think this should be match of the year, better than any match on Mania, better than any match tonight, and all that. Is it the best match of the show? Absolutely. Very good match. Didn't meet my expectations. I got to rewatch it again, but it started off very slow. I didn't like the scrawl once they went into the crowd.
Oh, that was the best.
And then I like the part where Sami Zayn put him through a table, and he picked him up,
tables.
and then another table.
That was great.
That was incredible.
But then it felt like it lacked the drama for me, and it was more reliant on, let me put people through tables, let me use these chairs. Like, it was more ECW-esque.
Unsanctioned.
And that's the other thing. I didn't fuck with the lighting.
That was the point I was going to make. The lighting did kind of suck.
The lighting took away from me.
The black in the beginning, I agreed. It was
That's a fair point.
And it took the crowd out of it too.
And one piece of imagery kept coming into my mind throughout this entire match, and it's a little contradicting because they were on a team at the point. But remember in WrestleMania 40 when Sami Zayn's in the corner and he's like kind of like giving that little smirk to Jey Uso and he's about to give the haluva
39.
kick? 39? Yeah. I never got a moment in this match that made me feel like that did, or even on a lesser level, the Roman Reigns match at Elimination Chamber a couple of years back. It just felt like it lacked that wrestling storytelling. I understand they wanted to kill each other, and I understand that's kind of the approach they went with, just being like a ruthless chairs, tables, barbed wire match. It was great, but again, the bar was here for me, and the match delivered here.
You know what? I can understand, Tony. You made a good point with the black, the crowd. I didn't really care for that, but the bar was here. The match was here. I thought the match was higher than the bar. It's everything I expected. The only thing I wasn't a fan of, believe it or not, Randy Orton coming out at the end. Show me Randy Orton Monday night, Netflix, right after that match. Don't show me when Kevin Owens is all beat up after we just saw one of the best matches of the year. I didn't want to see that. Didn't prove anything. Randy coming out and kicking him and RKOing him. I didn't need to see that. That's the only thing I didn't like. I would have liked to finish that match with Sammy on a stretcher, the doctors with oxygen masks, Kevin Owens with this look on his face, this dazed look. What did I do? I'm glad I did what I did. Maybe I shouldn't have. Something like that. So that's the only thing I disliked about the match, but the bar was here. The match was here. I loved it.
I completely disagree, and for this reason. Kevin Owens was going to do something to Sami Zayn that was going to take him out of action for the foreseeable future. So Randy Orton, in a way, saved Sami Zayn, and the idea of getting Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, I like a lot. Plus, it immediately kickstarts the Kevin Owens, Randy Orton WrestleMania feud, and the crowd was hot for Randy. He came out, huge pop. It looked as if he was going to do the punt, which was a nice little like planting of the seeds of the storytelling that's going to happen. He's got to kick Kevin Owens in the head at this point. He has to.
Yeah, he's got to punt him.
No, but we know Kevin Owens is going to fight Randy Orton at Mania. Everybody knew that after this match, even before the match.
Well, yeah, but
so I didn't really need to see that last night. I would have liked to just be more focused and finish that match a little stronger. Besides that, I thought it was incredible.
I disagree. I think this was the right time to bring Randy back. Think about it. You're in the big, what are they, Blue Jays, Rogers Center?
Rogers Center, yeah.
This is the right time to bring Randy back. He's been gone for a while. It's the big crowd.
A huge pop.
Huge pop. Honestly, I thought the crowd was very lackluster for this show, other than this moment.
But, and the Cena heel turn.
The Cena heel turn.
Jade Cargill coming back. The crowd had its moments. It wasn't an international crowd, no, but it had its moments.
Did you guys see? Speaking of the crowd, did you see what McAfee said during the match?
What did McAfee say?
He got shit about the national anthem.
He goes screw Canada.
Oh yeah, I did see
because
that.
not for nothing, when the national anthem is being sung, not a lot, some people in that audience were booing that national anthem, and that's disrespectful. I'm sorry, I didn't like that either. So good for you, Pat. I'm glad you did what you did.
America.
Now with Randy, again, like it was the right time to bring him back. I think. I wanted Sami Zayn to win this match via Randy Orton helping out. I do like the take you said that like Randy Orton came out because Kevin Owens was going too far.
Yeah.
So
he was going to take Sami Zayn out.
Fixes it for me, but it's like you're already in the arena, like you're there for a reason. It's just like one of those like logistical things. Like if you really want to get back at Kevin Owens, why are you waiting? There's no rules to this match. Take a knife, stab him.
That's a good point, but that's wrestling. You're being too literal with it.
Okay, wait, get ready for my Jade Cargill take.
Oh my God, yeah, we're going to talk about that, but let's get to that. Do we have anything else we need to say about Kevin Owens?
I think what's
Sami
going to
Zayn?
happen at WrestleMania is we're going to hit the pun on Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is going to go bye-bye for a few months. Kevin Owens has had a great 6-7 months. Yeah. He deserves some time off, and honestly, he's probably one of my favorites to win Money in the Bank right now.
Oh, that's a great deep cut of a prediction. Kevin Owens, Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
1,000% deserves a title.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that would be great. He's had a great run, Kevin. So I agree with you. Probably after Mania, he's going to go on hiatus for a little bit. But what do you do with Sami going?
Great
into
question.
Mania?
Now that's what.
What do we do with Sami Zayn going into WrestleMania?
You know what? I think it's one of the years where you're just like, Sammy,
take the year off.
not your year.
Not your year.
Yeah.
He'll be involved in some way.
I gotta disagree.
He won the IC title last year against Gunther, dethroned the longest reigning IC champion ever. The year before, main event at WrestleMania, became the undisputed tag team champions with Kevin Owens. Then the year before that, he fought Johnny Knoxville. This feels like a Johnny Knoxville-esque year.
You know what? Sami Zayn's been a big part this whole year, this whole last 50 weeks. I want to see him in WrestleMania. They have to find a way to get him in, but he doesn't have a significant role going forward. That's obvious.
Honestly, you know who pairs well right now?
I hope you say who I'm thinking.
Logan Paul.
No. Oh, interesting.
It's like you don't have anything. You don't have anything. You're very good. You're very good.
See, the thing is, I would rather.
I don't know how you get there, but it makes sense.
I
to
would
me.
so much rather Karrion Kross, because
Yes, that makes
Karrion's a
sense
guy
too.
that the internet and wrestling fans alike are just getting behind.
He's crazy over right now.
No, he's crazy
Karrion's
over,
great.
and he's barely on television.
What about Braun Breaker? What is he doing?
we're not talking about
No
Braun
lie
Breaker
to
right
Braun Breaker. That's
No, but I'm
move.
saying
Sami Zayn and
Braun.
Braun already fought for the IC title 100 times already.
All right, well, that's
No,
what I'm saying.
Get Braun Breaker
All right.
out of my.
Let's just give Karrion a little bit of a spotlight right now. I know that there are people online who would like to see Karrion featured at WrestleMania, and putting him up against Sami Zayn, a guy who has a ton of credibility at the show, I think would help highlight both men. It's not a family feeding feud, but I would enjoy both of those men working into WrestleMania.
I feel like if that's going to be a match, that's on the same level as Drew Damian. That's why I'm not a fan of this Drew Damian thing, because it's
Drew
an
Damian.
undercard
I would
match.
make that bigger, Drew.
Yeah,
and
I
Damian.
agree with Tom.
You had two guys that held the belts last year.
But
you got,
Damian's run was trash.
it doesn't matter. He had a run.
Trash.
He had a run.
Trash.
Drew also only held it for 5 minutes.
Drew McIntyre's been getting knocked out first last night, taking pin after pin.
I know, seriously.
He's got to turn it around sooner or later. So I think by being at WrestleMania, fighting Damian, getting a pin on Damian could propel him for the rest of the year. So he needs this win bad.
Here's a spicy take. Who had the more memorable title run? Drew McIntyre post at WrestleMania winning it, or Damian Priest for a span of 6 months?
Yeah, probably Drew.
Yeah,
For 5 minutes.
Damian's run,
was
when you
horrible.
think about it, you think, the leg got caught up in the rope.
Oh, he didn't kick out.
Oh, he didn't kick out. His best match was when he lost the title. Ooh. I do think that run helped make Damian the star he is today.
Yeah, but
he wasn't as big when he had
Carter. He's a B plus.
You know what?
He fit in that match yesterday.
But when Damian Priest left the Judgment Day, his character is. It ran out. You saw it last night. It's it. He's not going to fight CM Punk for a world title. He's not going to fight Gunther and win the world title. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. He's not up with those guys. He's just a tier. He's very good, but he's not one of the upper guys. So what are you going to do with Damian going forward after WrestleMania? That's another big question.
That's a question that we will talk about at a different time, because we were talking about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and somehow spiraled into Damian Priest.
Well, it's wrestling. It's what happens.
At that point,
Wrestling.
it is time to move on. Let's talk about Trishy time. Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton defeating Nia Jax, Candice LeRae. Quick little. I'm going to just give my quick take. This was a filler match, as much a filler match can be. You had the hometown hero getting the fun pop. It is great seeing Trish Stratus, of 49 years of age, still wrestling. With that being said, I don't know how many more Trish Stratus matches I need. I think that if she didn't wrestle again, finishing in Toronto with Tiffany Stratton elevating a future champion for years to come might be the best way to go about it.
Yeah, you know what? It was a nice filler match, like you just said. They could have had that match on Raw, SmackDown, wherever. But it was just a Canada match. They put her over in Canada. They showcased her. And I got to say, Trish, she looked great. She moved well. She looks great. And I'm tired of seeing Nia taking pins now. I'm
not.
I'm just,
Nia
you're not.
stinks.
I'm just over the whole Nia situation. Tiffy needs to move on. She needs to get Nia in a rearview mirror, get her out of here, get her out of her limelight, and it's time to move on now. So we're going to put this to bed, hopefully. Let's see that Tiffany-Charlotte match coming forward. And I personally think, I know you said you thought Trish is gone. I think Trish is going to be in the corner at WrestleMania. I really do. I think she looked too good. She got a little push, and it seemed like they had a nice little bond together. Yeah, she's the young Trish. So I can see Trish being around Tiffany in her corner at WrestleMania.
Great take. Yeah, I like that because I was going to mention how the issue with this match, or one of the issues, honestly, it's not a very offensive match to me. It's Trish Stratus is a legend, hometown. You're doing it as a filler match. It's fine.
Yeah.
It didn't overstay its welcome. Tiffany Stratton's not a good face.
No.
By any means. And if that's the case, how do we get her over? Trish.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It works.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, is Trish and Charlotte friends?
Trish and Charlotte?
I think they've had a moment.
If anything, I think they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum.
I don't know if they're friends, but there's definitely not enough history there where
Bad history?
Bad history. But
Okay.
but you could argue Trish Stratus is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. A lot of people would argue Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. So maybe there's that dynamic they could work
Payback 2025.
Oh God.
Maybe
What a match.
maybe
Charlotte
have,
versus Trish.
Maybe
Hell in a
have a
Cell.
little promo with Trish and Charlotte the next couple of weeks where they get into it.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, I
even
can see
better.
I can see her showing up in Tiffy's
No,
corner.
Charlotte takes out Trish.
Maybe.
the only
Takes her kids.
that's pretty funny. The only pushback I have on that is how much do we want Trish to overshadow Tiffany Stratton?
I think she needs it right now.
because Trish being in Tiffany's corner is going to be the highlight, and you want your younger superstars who are going to be leading this company for years and years to come to get the opportunity to make themselves stars, not get put over by the legends in the corner, in my opinion.
No, but you're going up against one of the, if not the all-time best women's wrestler, Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton's a great up-and-coming, but she's not in that league yet. So any little bit of help or guidance, I think is a good idea. It's a good little push for Tiffy, too, to maybe take some of that spotlight off of her a little bit so she can basically, gel a little bit or grow a little bit.
Okay, so that's an interesting thought. Do you guys think Trish shows up at WrestleMania in the corner of Tiffany Stratton?
I wouldn't hate it.
Or is
No,
Trish,
I wouldn't hate it either. I think it could happen.
Or is Trish done? Let us know what you think in the corner, or let us know what you think in the comments.
know in the corner.
Let us know in the corner. Get in that corner. Just get in the corner of whatever room you're in and let us know. But let's move on. Let's talk about the final match of the night, the other Elimination Chamber match, the
Yeah.
Women's Elimination
Jade's
Chamber.
back.
Let's start with Jade. So instead of 6 women entering, 1 woman leaving, we only had 5 women enter because Jade Cargill made her shocking return and attacked Naomi. Not Liv Morgan, the presumed attacker. She went after Naomi, her former friend, and as a lot of us will presume, Naomi is most likely the one who attacked Jade. So is that a WrestleMania match?
Oh, I hope not.
I personally think that Jade has some information. She knows Naomi did it. What I think this is going to come down to, it ain't about Naomi. Naomi's, I'm going to say it, mid-card, a little bit better than mid-card. She's not up there in the
She's
high.
washed.
She's glow. She's got a good entrance, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, she's not Charlotte Flair. She's not Rhea Ripley. She's not Bianca Belair, and she's not Jade Cargill. So what I think is going to happen, we're going to take this a step further. I think Naomi is the hitman, and I think Bianca Belair ordered the hit. That's what I think happened. I think it's all going to come out. I think Jade doesn't know 100%. She knows that Naomi's involved, but she doesn't know to what extent Bianca's involved. I think in the next couple of weeks, we're going to find out. Bianca's going to turn heel, makes the wrestling match at Mania against Rhea much better. We have 2 faces. Now we have a face, Rhea. We have a heel, Bianca. And then after Mania, no matter what happens, Bianca wins, Bianca loses. It sets up that mega match. Bianca Belair is the heel versus Jade Cargill, the face, the victim.
We just lost John Cena to the dark side. I am not prepared to lose Bianca Belair as well. She is too good of a
perfect
face.
sense.
That's my opinion too. I'm like, there's 2 people in this industry who can never turn heel, and one just turned.
Yeah.
It can't be the other one.
Everything would
Makes
be upside
perfect
down.
sense.
No, so I disagree that it makes sense. Like, unless Bianca Belair was really upset about that bad springboard Jade gave.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense for her to put out a hit. She's in a match.
Yes.
It makes more
They were
sense for
tag team
Naomi
champions.
to be like, oh, I'm third fiddle here.
Yes.
Oh, why is it this new girl and not me? I'm the former world champion. I'm the former this and that. Take her out and be like, yeah, I'm back in the thick of it.
You guys don't think Jade Cargill as a face, Bianca Belair as the heel, SummerSlam would be one of the highlight matches?
No,
of
because
the
Jade
night.
can't work.
It could. No, hold
Wait
on.
a minute. Maybe she can. I saw Jade last night. I know it was on elimination. She
did a
played
hot
that
tag.
She did the
She
hot tag.
got
She
a
was
huge pop,
She
too.
looked
Well, yeah,
great.
'cause she's
she
Jade.
looked great. She was good in the ring. That's why she's been gone for 4 months. They're trying to coach her up. Now, if you just show her like we saw her, it doesn't mean she's going to be wrestling every week. She goes back into that coaching up phase. You know what? Jade Cargill, with her look, if she ever did develop into a wrestler, could be one of the biggest female stars ever.
I do like the angle that it's like, oh, this Jade girl's not really doing it in ring.
No.
Quick, hit her by the car. And then she's just in the training
I don't think
facility
that's
for
the
4
case.
months.
I don't think that they're training her up, as you like to
No,
put it.
I think
I
100%
do.
they are.
I think they're training up. Just think if Bianca Belair turned heel,
She wasn't
how many
heel in
doors
NXT
would that
for a
open?
bit.
Banger versus banger versus banger matches with the women's division the way it's set up now with all the woman faces.
I need to see the developments before I'm ready to even think about Bianca being a heel. So obviously, I think Jade and Naomi, they're going to fight at WrestleMania. Bianca goes on to win the Elimination Chamber. She will be fighting either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. We don't know. We're recording this a day before Monday Night Raw.
Rhea
Either one of
Ripley.
those matches would be incredible. I think all three of us unanimously want to see Rhea versus Bianca. Maybe a triple threat match, too.
No,
Yeah,
I don't want a
think you
triple
might get the
threat
triple
match.
threat.
All right, but think about
you
it
might.
though. If we have Rhea Ripley a face, Io Sky face.
I don't know. She's kind of both.
No, she's
She
a
just
face.
gets
She's a
crazy.
face.
She's a face, and Bianca Belair face.
It works, though, for this reason. Everybody thought you were going to get a face versus face dynamic with Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Cody
we
Rhodes
didn't.
versus CM Punk.
But we
we didn't. So you can do the face versus face dynamic with Bianca and Rhea. It won't be overplayed now.
Shock and awe is always best when it's back to back. Then you're really shocked, you're really awed, and your head is spinning. You don't know what's going on. So I will not be shocked if this week, next week, sometime soon, it's going to come out that Bianca Belair was the Don that ordered the hit on Jade Cargill.
I also think Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley is a rare, and this isn't me trying to be mean, is a rare opportunity to have a woman's main event match.
No, I agree. That could main event.
Mega match.
Absolutely, that could main
It's
event.
not
I
very
agree.
easy to get a WrestleMania main event, and especially if it's two women.
It's true. There's only been like 3 or 4 of them in total.
And it's like when it is, it's big names: Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. Who am I missing?
Bianca versus
it's
Sasha. Those are the only women to main
So,
event
I
WrestleMania.
think this is a good little feather to put in caps of Rhea Ripley, especially because it would be her first one. She should have got it with Charlotte at 39. To be-
yeah,
was
that's
tough.
arguable. Like because Sammy,
It was all just so good.
They had a better story, but whatever. That's not the point.
But yeah, I think you're missing a lot of good storytelling this year, other than this Rock Cena versus Cody Rhodes angle. So let's put on our best wrestling match as our main event.
I love that idea.
I would be upset if they put Roman, Seth, CM Punk, if that's the match over this match. I would rather see this main event.
I would-
given it's for the
It's a
world
title
women's
match.
title.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, it has to be a highlighted match over any other match that's non-title. But that match is going to be a mega match. But at the end of the
Mega
day, I'm going to say it again. You got Bianca Belair as a face. You got Rhea now as a face. Is Rhea going to flip? Maybe. I love Rhea as a heel, but I'm telling you, Bianca flips, and that makes that match even more juicy because now we got good versus bad.
I think this is a match where you don't need to play into the face and heel dynamic. Rhea Ripley is just like kind of a tweener as is. She's here to just kick ass.
Yeah.
Everyone just roots for her because she's badass. It's not like it's not like she's like John Cena given last night where she's out rooting for the kids and stuff. She's just a badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also,
but
when
she's-
she was a heel, she didn't rely on the Judgment Day helping her win her matches. She was beating everybody decisively. So
Yeah.
Michael's 100% right.
No,
in
but
that.
I don't look at her as I looked at her before she was hurt more of as a heel. Now I look at her as more of a face. She's coming off getting cheated by Dom Dom. She's coming off getting hit backstage, ruining her career, taking her titles. Everybody's surrounding her now. Look at Rhea. She's coming back. She's doing all of this on her own. She's a strong woman. She's our hero. That's how I look at Rhea Ripley now.
But that's given the situation she's placed in. She comes back from injury, and the angle going is Liv Morgan is the champion, who's basically the new Rhea Ripley role, and so she plays to her strength and just takes on the face side of things. It's just, either way, it's going to be good here. It doesn't make sense to me to have Belair become a heel because the only direction to go is we're fighting Jade soon. Then
that's a big direction.
Again, Jade Cargill she has aura unlike anybody else, but she is not ready to be in that spot yet.
But what are you going to do with Jade Cargill? She's the #1 draft pick that you picked out of the NFL, and you picked the first in the draft. They have no choice. She has to get played.
Oh, I'm going to give you a confidence one.
She's going to
They're
fight.
gonna get
She's
played.
going to fight Naomi at WrestleMania.
She's Josh Allen. She's the #7 draft pick. She's a raw prospect with all the talent in the world. We just got to mold her correctly.
I think
and that's what they're doing.
This is her chance at her first singles feud.
Yes.
Let's see that play out before we put her straight in the women's title picture versus Bianca Belair.
Good point.
But you know what? We have, as we're doing this, it's March 1st. We still have 6 weeks to WrestleMania. So I think you have plenty of time to have Jade fight Naomi. I'm not saying she's fighting by Bianca Belair anytime soon. I'm saying that match is going to be at SummerSlam. So I think Jade is going to fight Naomi first. Jade is going to have maybe feuds with other people. But if Bianca turns and it comes out down the road that Bianca had something to do with this, that's the mega match that I want to see at SummerSlam.
I do have a little qualm with this. Bianca Belair is good friends with Jade Cargill, and Jade's healthy and everything. Why can't you just call her and be like, yo, it's Naomi?
Bianca had referred to on SmackDown a couple of times that Jade was not taking any of her calls, but she had been reaching out to her. So for the context of the story, it does make sense. I would like to talk about the elimination.
Sides with Tony's take a little bit.
A little bit.
Why is she not taking calls? You know, maybe Jade knows.
Because Jade can't trust. She doesn't know who she can trust. Jade got attacked by Naomi, and now Bianca's teaming with Naomi. Jade doesn't know if she can trust Bianca.
She doesn't know yet to Bianca's extent involved in this, but she knew by what she did last night. It was no doubt in my mind. She's got proof. She's got some concrete evidence that Naomi was involved in this. To attack her the way she did, she had no doubt in her mind that Naomi did this. Naomi is involved. She don't know yet. Maybe Bianca's involved. That's my thing. I think she'll find out down the road.
All right, so we will see what happens with Jade, Bianca, Naomi, Rhea Ripley going into WrestleMania season. I do want to talk about the Women's Chamber a little bit more. The fact that Naomi didn't have a replacement and only 5 women entered the Chamber pissed me off.
I was livid.
So mad.
Okay, so she got beat up for a minute.
Yep.
A minute. Thrown into a few glass pods, and then they're like, Naomi is medically unable to compete. We got to get her out of here. What horse is this? Like so much worse is about to happen to all these ladies in the ring. We're just gonna get her out. Why doesn't Jade just take the spot? It was weak.
Why doesn't anybody take the spot?
Yeah, get
that's
Natalie
an
in here.
opportunity to just tell a story, and the simplest story. I know Tony and I, we were looking at each other. It was like, is Becky Lynch going to come out?
Yeah.
And you had all these fans thinking, wow, are we going to get another shocking return? And it just kind of fell a little flat after that.
Anybody that was involved in the elimination matches to get into the Chamber lost an opportunity there. It's not right.
What are you, Sky?
You could have did that match. You could have had Naomi the next night. Jay could have kicked the shit out of Naomi on Raw. You didn't have to have it there and lose a person in that match.
One of the funniest things I just realized is you nailed it on your tier list predictions. Naomi came into the match. She glowed. She didn't get eliminated. Like, that's all she did.
Yeah, dude. I didn't think about that. She had a great entrance.
She danced a little bit, wiggled.
You know what?
I
did predict that she would do a tag team move with Bianca. So, that's my one miss. But
still, it's kind of spot on.
Did anyone catch? Because there's one point we're missing. Did anyone catch Bianca Belair? Because I know she was in.
Oh, she was freaking out.
But how did she seem? Did she seem she was shocked?
Yeah,
did
she was stunned. She was like, "What's happening?" She was sitting there like holding.
Okay, see, I didn't see that.
Oh no, she saw the money.
Yeah, no, she was great.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
that was probably the best part of the match, in my opinion.
What was she dressed in? Was she dressed in
They were wearing matching gear.
She was in a matching gear. I was curious if she had like.
I did notice that they were wearing white together, and Jade was in all black.
Interesting.
Okay. Jade was in black.
So does that mean Jade's the heel?
Maybe
Jade the face. I don't know.
Jade can't be the heel. She got hit by a car.
Yeah. We're going to see going forward. A couple of other notes about the Elimination Chamber, the Women's Elimination Chamber.
I'm ready to talk about it.
All right, so let's start with what I think could be an interesting WrestleMania feud. I think the seeds were planted for the Wyatts versus the Judgment Day.
Ooh.
Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan. They had an interaction. Liv eliminated Alexa. Alexa wasn't happy about it. And we know the Wyatts have been targeting Alexa Bliss. You don't have many multi-men and women factions. The idea of them facing each other makes sense on so many levels to me. And I think this was the beginning of that feud.
I want to get two glows other than Naomi about this match. I think Liv Morgan, as somebody who hates Liv Morgan, maybe hates the wrong word. I think she's very overrated. I think people claim her here and she's here. As of lately, she's going up and up.
She was great in this
she
match.
quarterbacked this match. She was amazing.
She was great. I've been saying
Awesome
it
worker
for a
in
while.
this match.
Yeah.
And like I'm calling it how it is. I usually don't like her work. She did great here, and she's been great on Raw. So Liv, kudos to her. And I think we made Alexa Bliss look like a star tonight. We made her seem like she matters. So I'm all fun and I'm down. I don't know who you get to team with Alexa.
You have the Wyatts.
Oh, Nikki.
Nikki the Witch?
No. It's a multi-person team. Judgment Day, Dominic, Carlito, Finn Balor versus Gacy, Rowan, Wyatt, Alexa Bliss. It's a huge, just giant mixed tag team match. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I'm for it. I think it'll be fun. I did see that Uncle Howdy isn't traveling with WWE anymore.
No, yeah, they got him on a hiatus. I don't know what's going on.
He'll be
with
back.
that.
The Wyatts have been targeting Alexa. He'll be back.
So sure. I do want Alexa on the card though, because I think she came across as a big deal in this match.
What about Alexa does go to the Wyatt Six, and we don't see Uncle Howdy back, and Alexa becomes the leader of the
That's a
Wyatt
possibility too. Maybe.
You know, I got a feeling that the Uncle
Howdy.
Howdy. I got a feeling Uncle Howdy
Auntie Howdy.
is not going to be around maybe as long as we think it is, because I don't think he's filling Bray's shoes, and that's what they wanted him to do. And I don't think anyone could fill Bray's shoes, but I think that's what they were looking for, and they're not getting it.
The initial reports of this new Wyatt Six was it was going to be a quick story just told, and they kind of did that for a little bit, and then they kind of hit the line where it's like, okay, but what next? And yeah,
They should have never-
Alexa Bliss is what next. Let's not get too far away from the Women's Elimination Chamber too. So the other two participants, Roxanne Perez, Bayley, I think that they both performed well.
No, I disagree. I think those two let me down. Roxanne was decent. Bayley was the Drew McIntyre in this match.
Yeah, Bayley was the McIntyre.
Bayley's been getting
here to
buried
eat a
though.
pin and do nothing.
But you knew Bayley wasn't winning. She was the right person to get eliminated.
But think about what
first.
think about what they've been doing with Bayley. She's been taking pins. She's been showing up on NXT. She's kind of getting pushed to the back right now, like Drew. So it made perfect sense what happened to her.
And just kind of similar take that I had with the men's, definitely a lot more evident in this one. We did not use the chamber.
Yeah.
There were two spots. There was the hair going in and out.
That was fun.
That was fun, but it was also stupid.
It was because Bianca was overselling
she was just
like
running.
crazy.
Yeah. And then there was like a few. I think somebody got powerbombed on the outside.
Liv got thrown into the chamber itself and the pod 100 times, like a battering ram.
It's just again though, like use your environment to your advantage. Tell the story of why the Elimination Chamber is so devastating. I was like midway through this match, I'm like, I'm sick and tired of hearing Michael Cole tell me how dangerous this match is when nobody's doing anything dangerous.
Yeah.
We're just having a standard match.
Well, you know what they screwed up on? They got more interested in the storytelling with Jade and John Cena than actually the match itself.
Yes, that's actually a great take.
That's where they messed up on. They involved themselves with the storytelling, with Jade coming in, what's going on, with John Cena turning, and they forgot about the Elimination Chamber match that we all were excited to see, as Tiny was saying about all the different takes and the things they didn't do in the Chamber. So that's how they screwed up. It was too much with the storytelling, not enough with the wrestling in the Chamber.
Yeah, that's like something I was thinking to myself when I was watching it this morning. I was like, man, this WWE stuff lately is just all story, less wrestle. And that's what has been making CM Punk just like stick out to me like a sore thumb, because of how great he's been just dancing in the ring with whoever he's with.
Between both Elimination Chamber matches, is there one move that sticks out in particular to either one of you?
There was one in the men's.
Logan jumping, I think, was he off the?
Yeah,
he came off.
Logan went off
he
the
did
pod.
the frog splash.
That
He
was
eliminated Damien.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was probably the best move in the men's match that you said, wow.
Either match, I think.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't really have a lot of those wow moments in this match. It was more, like I said, it was more storytelling. It was more like they wanted to use the match. Okay, hurry up, get the match over. We want to get to a point.
Regardless of how you felt about the Elimination Chamber matches, the stories going into
Stories are stories.
The stories are fantastic. So maybe they weren't the best Elimination Chamber matches, but there's no denying that the road to WrestleMania is 1,000 times more interesting. Headlined by the John Cena heel turn. So what did you guys think about the Elimination Chamber? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? We want to hear all about it in the comments below. If you haven't, make sure you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you turn the bell on for notifications, because It's Real to Us is one of the greatest wrestling content creators in the entire world. We're getting hotter each day. So thank you guys so very much for joining us. I'm Anthony the Mark.
I'm Tony the Father.
I'm Leonardo DiCaprio.
And we'll see you next time on It's Real to Us, the wrestling show.
You look like Leonardo with a beard and a mustache.
It's tiny
And
Mike.
you got beautiful teeth, too. Look at that tongue. Oh, my God, OnlyFans.